Well, hello, and welcome back to Tim's Brick Adventures. Today I thought we'd kind of take a little change in course. I've been talking a lot about my Wild West build and custom figures for that, and so I thought we'd have a little fun, jump into the superhero realm. Several years ago, I decided to take some of the Lego sets and expand them into something more, and so that's what I did. I took the Avengers tower, which is actually the initial set that came out in 2015. I will check the exact number, and it was just this little section right here. Now I have expanded it. I added a fourth floor to it. But I kept all the original components to it, and I just added that fourth floor. And then I also added a whole nother base. So, for fun today, when we were moving, I kind of part with it on me here a little bit. Backing part. So, in the course of moving, this actually has a rather large, a 1.5 base plate base, and so I made a complete base, and this travels to different conventions and stuff. It's been shown several times. The fun part is when we were moving, this box, which is the very big base, got dropped. So we're going to open it up today and see exactly how much it got messed up. And then I kind of have a fun what I'm going to do with it. So actually it getting messed up is not necessarily a bad thing. Something else I'd like to point out, like I said initially, in these videos and stuff, I want to demonstrate storage and any kind of helpful hints on things to do. And one of the things today I'd like to share, Home Depot makes an extra small box that is absolutely, it fits perfectly 1.5 base plates. So for the most part, most of your modulars are just one base plate, and there is a 10 by 10 inch box that our good friend Tim Howell, who is our ambassador for the Houston Brick Club, he came up, created these boxes, and figured out how to use tape in a way so that you can store them, transport them, and stuff. But the fun thing, this extra small box, like I said, the 10 by 10 works perfectly for the single modulars, but if you have the Town Center that came out a few years ago was 1.5 base plates. So as we can see, back to this. Well, it messed it up pretty good. This is actually supposed to be one solid unit, and as we can see, it is now many parts. So, as I said, not terrible, because another good friend of mine, Steve Laughlin, who is also part of our Houston Brick Club, after I built the initial tower, he told me, he said, "Tim, it needs to be bigger." And I agreed with him. I just wasn't sure how much bigger. Wow, this really is in a terrible shape. So, I was hoping it wasn't quite that bad. Yeah, there was a lot of great features I had in that. So, fun project. But it all works out good, because coming up in July is the Houston Brick Club, we always participate in this Houston area comic convention called Comic Palooza, and I've had the initial one there when I first built it several years ago, and so now we'll have the opportunity to do the new and improved tower. So let's yeah, I'm not even sure how to put that back together. I had a cool little reactor. As you know, in the movies, Tony Stark invented the same power source that powers Iron Man. He was able to harness that and create a reactor to power the Avengers tower, and I think part of New York City. I can't remember all the details, but yeah, it's a mess here. So, what I had wanted to do anyway, so that little section here was what they came up with in 2015, just these 3 levels. But here in 2020, they did a new version, kind of essentially the same thing, but looks like they changed up the color scheme a little bit to dark blue, where they had the dark blue gray before. And here. So, but what I really like about this one, I like the A. I think it looks cooler than just the stickers that they used initially. So I want to take that element, and plus there's a lot more pieces, and I think I did work some dark blue in with the original base that I did. So figure out how to incorporate some of that and some of the fun featured rooms. So kind of a bring you into my into my world. What I'm going to do between now and July, I will do some update videos on my Avengers tower and how it is progressing. Like I said, Comic Palooza, I think July 19th. That weekend is the target zone, because then the following weekend is Brick Rodeo, which is TechSlug Houston, Texas Lego User Group, and it comprised of all Forge cities, members from all over Texas. I belong to the Houston Brick Club. There's the Dallas Fort Worth group, there's the Austin group, and then a San Antonio group. And so that coming up too. So this will probably end up in that, as well as my large Western build. So I've got a lot to work on. One thing I did want to show with my original tower, like I said, I did do it as a module. So that being said, here was this actually would fit on top of this, and I created a bigger helipad for the shield. For the shield vehicles, there's some smaller shield aircraft. It won't handle the helicarrier or the bigger jet. But so I did make it modular. This one section, part of the roof lifts off, and actually this whole section, this comes off, and that's a section, and there's things going on in there, control panel or control room, and then we had the conference room, and I got different people. I don't know if there's anybody. There's Pepper, Tony Stark's assistant. I think Happy, is it possibly? Yeah, there's Happy at the end talking. So I am going to rebuild the base and expand it from 1.5 base plates to 2 base plates, which is going to allow me to do even more and go 2, maybe 3 levels taller, because the actual tower now as it stands is probably about that tall, so about 3 feet. So it might go 3.5, 4 feet. So with that being said, it's a short video. Like I said, it was just kind of a fun video. I've been curious as to how badly the base got damaged. As you can see, it's a total write-off. So it's a good thing I'm expanding. So with that, stay tuned. Check out further videos. I hope to, probably not weekly, but every couple of weeks get some more done to where I can we'll show the progression. I'll start with that and a little bit more highlights about what goes into each room. And with that, y'all have a great day, and join me probably next video. I'm going to go back to the Western. I've got some cavalry figures that I'm working on, decals and custom torsos and stuff. So come back for that, and y'all have a great day. Thank you.